Hi, I'm Angela Wolf, fashion designer and online instructor. Today I want to show you how to upcycle your closet. Who doesn't have a jean shirt that they want to save? I'm going to show you how to do this dress right here. These are two different jean shirts. There's a little waist seam right here that I'm covering up with the belt, and you could leave the sleeves on or cut them off. This was a shirt of a harbor that we always went to on the boat, and my husband had this shirt. The sleeves were atrocious, so I thought, I gotta save this. So let me show you how easy this is. The first thing you need to do is decide where your waist falls compared to the shirt. So I'm just gonna show you on this dress form here. I'm gonna measure from the neck all the way. See how I have a little bit of gather here? I wanted that. If you don't want that, don't worry about that. But you want to measure to exactly where your waist is. So for here, it's 18 inches. If I want to have a little fluff, I'll add an inch. And then you have to add a seam allowance. So here are the two shirts that I have. They both had a little bit of sentimental value. This shirt is a larger size than this one. So I think I'll use this for the skirt. So you have to picture one of the shirts is going to be the top, and one of the shirts is going to be your waist. And the one thing you need to check, back over to this lady, you have to make sure that the bottom is wide enough that you can walk. Otherwise, you have to unbutton it, and then maybe you're ended up with a bathing suit cover-up. So let's get started. I think I'll use this as the skirt. And so I'm gonna set this to the side for a moment, and let's start with this one. So the first thing I wanna do, it was 18 inches, right? So lay out your shirt. 18 inches from the neckline, that's the exact place that we just measured, down 18 inches. Now, I think I would like a little bit of fluff, and so if I add an inch, that takes me right to the button. But now we need to add a seam allowance. So you have to be a little bit flexible so you can decide where you want this to go. You do not want to sew right where there's a button. So this would actually be a better spot. So I'm just gonna start here, give myself a little chalk mark, and I didn't need the rest of that tape anyways. Here we go. And it's kind of nice if you have a grid. I'm gonna flip this around this way so you can see a little bit better. This cutting mat has a grid, which is really nice. What I'm gonna do is line up this grid with the center front here, and then I know that my line is pretty straight all the way across. And I can use a rotary cutter because I'm doing this from the front side. I know I'm not going through any buttons. One thing to be careful of is a lot of times they'll put extra buttons underneath here, see, like that. So double check that you're not cutting across that. That would not be very good for your rotary blade. All right, our first part is finished. So you can imagine that this is the top of your dress. All right, we have that part finished. That was easy. And then here is the bottom. This is going to be our skirt. This is a little bit trickier. Again, we have to be careful of the buttons. And I really don't like cutting this, like if I folded it in half. So you can measure, use some fabric marking pens to make sure that you're pretty straight on this. But all you're gonna do here, and I'm not gonna use the rotary cutter this time because I'm gonna cut across. You have to imagine that your skirt's gonna go just like this. So I'm just gonna cut down. I'm cutting through the back, I'm cutting through all this in one layer. And I'm just gonna cut until I get someplace down on this side seam. The key is to not have to mess with the hem again. We wanna leave the hem. That looks pretty good. And what about this side? Now, if I was at home taking a little more time, I might measure this a little more specifically, but you can see the image here. This could be a great bottom skirt. I'll play with this a little bit. The one thing here is we need to make sure that we have enough room to go across both of these. So if I want to keep this embroidery, I'll just have to take in these sides a little bit. It's not a big deal. So what I'm going to do now is just cut across. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of this because this is just too narrow up here. Now, if I didn't have embroidery here, I could technically just take this down a little bit like this. The one thing now you want to make sure, though, is measure from your waist to how long you want your skirt to go. Because if you don't want to mess with the hem, which you don't want to because it looks cool, you want to measure from here up to the waist. In this case, I'm just going to try to keep the embroidery because I think it's cute. So the next thing I want to do then is to just open this side seam a little bit. And I'm just going to explain what I'm going to do here before I go to the sewing machine. I think it'll be easier for you to see. I'm going to stitch, and I'll just do one side for you. You'll get the hang of it after that. I'm going to match up the center front and stitch from here to here. And then I'm going to stitch around the back, and I will end up with some excess fabric on each of these sides. And once this is stitched together, all I'm going to do is trim that off and make one nice long seam. It's really simple to do. So why don't I just start with these two pieces, take the right sides together, and it's a lot easier if you pin it when you're everything's laying nice and flat. And again, you're going to put a belt over this probably, so if you can't get this to match up perfectly, don't worry. Just do your best. If your denim's really thick, you might want to take a hammer. You've seen me do that with jeans before. Just go to the garage floor and give that a little hammering, and that will smush down that fabric. All right, and I'm just going to pin the back here. Again, right sides together. Let me flip that around for you. Now here on the back, this is the other thing. Just center your pieces. So you can see that the top is a little bit bigger than the other. Just give that a few pins. And again, I'm just going to do one side for you, but you'll get the hang of it. All right, let's go to the sewing machine. All right. Do a little back stitch to make sure that stays secure. And I'm just using 5/8 inch seam allowance. You could use 1/2 inch, whatever is the best for you. It really doesn't matter. On the dress that I did back there, I wanted that little puckering, so when I was all finished, I actually added a little piece of elastic to this area. So that's just a tip for you, and I'll make sure I put that on the website for you if you'd like to see how that works. All right, that's the back. And let's see, now you can see why I pin this while I'm standing up, because everything gets twisted around. Make sure my button gets out of there. Again, when you're stitching, double check that you're not stitching over any of these buttons, because you will break a needle so fast and it will scare the living daylights out of you. All right, back stitch here. I'm used to a magnetic pin cushion that's not working so well with this one. All right. Okay, and we're just about to the side. And this is the part that I wanted to mention. If they're both different sizes, it's okay, because here we have, flip this around the right way. So there's my front and there's my back. And all I'm going to do here is flip this around so you can see my skirt. That's why I actually chose two different colors for you. It's a little bit easier to see. And I would press my seam allowance. If you have a serger, run that through the serger to finish that edge. If you don't, you can use bias tape or something like that. So I'm just going to lay this flat. Put one more pin in for stability. And I'm just going to stitch this, and then you'll see where I actually would go cut then. Going all the way down. So you can see this would be a great thing to do to save some shirts. Actually, my husband has some other shirts that I really like too that I might have to take and do this with. Stitch all the way down. All right. And notice how I'm just meeting where that side seam ends. I'm just going to bring this back up here and show you what this looks like. So you can see this is where I stitched everything. All I would do is go back and trim this off. And then from the right side, now we have our skirt attached to the top, and we're going to end up with a dress that looks like that. Attach a belt to it, and it's really cute. If you know me well, you know that I like to sew from scratch. So for the rest of the season, we're going to have a sew-along, designing and sewing our own jean dress. Let me show you the supplies you're going to need to gather. So the first thing you need to do is choose a pattern. This was just a shirt, and I turned it into a shirt dress. And if you go to the website, you can download. I'll show you how to do that. But pick a pattern, just any type of shirt, something with buttons. It doesn't have to be a shirt dress, but if you find one, that's even better. pick out some fabric. What I chose was 100% cotton for this one. A few of these have a little bit of polyester blend in them, which means they won't wrinkle, but be sure to wash and dry your fabric first. That's really important before you cut out your pattern. So here I've cut out my pattern, and these are just a couple of the pieces. You also are going to have to cut out interfacing. So interfacing is what is applied to the back of the cuffs, the collar band, and the collar. I usually do not interface my placket for my sleeve. During this sew-along, I'm going to give you a few different tips that might help you to sew a little bit faster and get things done a little bit better than you might find in the pattern directions. You need a rotary cutter, and here's a quick tip for you. When you're applying interfacing, I just want to show you this real quick. Lift your iron up and down when you're applying that interfacing. Do not go like this because you'll end up with wrinkles. So what I want you to do is cut all of this out, get all of this ready, go to the website. You can download all the supplies that I'm using, including the threads, the needles, everything, and we're gonna follow along. So for the next episode, we're gonna go through and we're gonna sew this front placket. But before I do that, I wanna interface it, I wanna leave it sitting, and then I wanna gather everything else I have so it's all ready. This is one more little tip. Buy a little bit of extra fabric, because when you get to cutting these little pieces out, if something goes wrong or you start to sew it and you don't like it, if you just buy an extra quarter of fabric, you're good to go. So again, go to the website, download all of this, and the rest of the season we're going to sew along this entire shirt dress. See you in the next lesson.